leader. This is NBC 10 News at 6.
Right now, a Shreveport officer gunned down before her shift starts. Now, police, family, and community struggle to find answers.
And a state of emergency declared by Governor John Bel Edwards will explain why he decided to make the call early rather than wait.
And the city of Monroe pauses to remember the life and legacy of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We'll take you to today's service. We thank you for your time and for your trust. I'm Gordon Boyd.
And I'm Natasha Williams. Topping our news at 6, blue bloodshed, an officer with Shreveport police shot and killed.
We've been following this story since it broke last night. Alexander Meacham with our media partner KTAL in Shreveport with the latest developments.
1042, have a female patient with a gunshot wound to the head.
All units responding.
Shreveport police say a 911 call came in at 8:20 Wednesday night from the 1600 block of Midway Avenue.
Within minutes, officers arrived on scene and located uniformed officer Shateri Payne, who was gravely injured from at least one gunshot wound and was fighting for her life.
Chief Raymond says Officer Shateri Payne was off duty, but in her police uniform, in her car about to leave for her patrol shift, when she was shot in the head outside a home. She was taken to Ochsner Health, where she died from her injuries.
Every life is precious, and the taking of any human life is unacceptable. But when a servant who has taken an oath and committed their life to protecting others is violently taken from us, we all collectively feel the pain of that loss.
Chief Raymond says they're still in the early stages of the investigation and are not ruling anything out.
Suspects ran south from this location. All units look for south of this location. Y'all set up a good perimeter, a large perimeter, all working from there.
They do not believe Officer Payne was able to discharge her firearm. Officers also found a young child inside the home and do not yet know what the child witnessed. Multiple investigative teams worked overnight and throughout the day. Other law enforcement agencies have offered their support.
This morning, as I address you, we have many more questions than answers, but the dedicated men and women who investigate these kinds of violent crimes for the Shreveport Police Department are the finest anywhere. We will follow every lead wherever they may take us, and we will work to identify and apprehend the coward or cowards responsible for the brutal murder of Officer Payne.
Mayor Adrian Perkins went to the scene overnight and addressed the community during the news conference at police headquarters.
It's going to take a community effort to look into some of the roots of our problems and not just changing some policing policies. I said I hope everyone can pray and put their family members, Officer Payne's family, in their thoughts. And we have to move forward. We have to improve as a community. This is not going to be a policing problem or a mayor's office problem. This is a Shreveport problem, and we can get better together.
Chief Raymond says investigators will be working around the clock until they find justice for their fellow officer.
And anyone with information should contact Caddo Crime Stoppers. That number 318-673-7373. We have breaking news from Morehouse Parish. 2 people in the hospital following a shooting. We have viewer video sent into the NBC 10 newsroom. The shooting occurring a little bit after 5 o'clock at the Cooper Lake Grocery near Bastrop. The sheriff tells us the clerk and suspect are in the hospital. No word on how serious the wounds may be. We have a crew on the way to the scene. We will have an update for you tonight on the night team and on myarclemis.com.
Monroe man has been sentenced for his role in murder in Richland Parish. 23-year-old Montico Frost will serve 225 years plus life. He was convicted of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and aggravated burglary. Police say Frost, Quincy Hardiman, and Joshua Chinsley shot 2 men during a home invasion in May of 2017. Chinsley pleaded guilty to manslaughter and aggravated burglary. He was served 70 years. Hardiman pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit aggravated burglary. 43-year-old Kedrick Whitfield was found shot to death on Linda Street in Rayville. That's only 1 street over from where another man was wounded. Claiborne Parish man has been locked up for drug dealing. The Claiborne Parish Sheriff's Office arrested Marquess Broadnex. He's charged with possession and dealing. Deputies say they found marijuana and ecstasy pills when they stopped him for speeding. They also charged him with driving with a suspended license. His bond is $6,500.
Louisiana is asking a federal appeals court to drop Planned Parenthood's lawsuit. Planned Parenthood claims that Louisiana has violated federal law by delaying its application for a license to perform abortions. The application is almost 2.5 years old. A federal district judge in Baton Rouge has let the lawsuit stand. But yesterday, the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals heard arguments. Planned Parenthood accusing Louisiana Department of Health of using sham investigations to delay the license. But state attorneys say that there are legitimate state and federal investigations of Planned Parenthood to consider. They also claim the lawsuit asks federal judges to decide what should be a state issue. It's unclear when the appeals court would rule. Louisiana is under a state of emergency for flood concerns. Recent rains over the past few weeks have caused rivers to swell. In a statement, Governor John Bel Edwards says that many areas saw near record rainfall in December and the first few days of 2019. He says this move will allow Louisiana to respond quickly if needed. Catahoula among the 8 parishes included in this state of emergency.
A community outpouring of support through blood donations continues this weekend. Simmons Sporting Goods in Bastrop will hold a replenishment blood drive in honor of Matt Branch. The drive is set to take place Saturday morning, starting at 8:30 in the morning and ending at 6 p.m. Branch was a former LSU player, was injured in a hunting accident that resulted in his left leg being partially amputated. And now gun safety is being brought back into the spotlight.
His family and friends really want to bring up the issue of gun safety. Maybe we can prevent these kind of accidents from happening to other people. Go home and talk to your kids about it. You know, talk to your buddies next time you go in hunting. This doesn't have to happen to another person.
A GoFundMe has been set up to help the Branch family. And remember, you don't have to be the same blood type as Matt to be able to donate during the drive.
This year, the 40th that Monroe has celebrated the life of the late civil rights leader, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Come next Tuesday, the 15th, he would have been 90 years old today. Hundreds packed into the Monroe Civic Center to honor his legacy. This year's theme is service to our community. The keynote speaker, Bishop C.T. Hanchey, says that Dr. King's message is especially important in today's political climate.
There's a crisis in America, a crisis of confusion, and we have political differences. We've got wrangling, we've got arguments, we've got government shutdowns, we've got issues, we've got factions. We need to take a breath and go back to a dream and look at it and see how beautiful and pristine that dream was. It's not about blacks, whites, browns. It's not about Republicans, Democrats, independents. It's about Americans.
Monroe's event began as a birthday salute in 1979 when a small group gathered around the City Hall flagpole to remember Dr. King's achievements.
Johnny's Pizza House is sharing every slice of success with its employees. It's officially 100% employee-owned. It's a goal that's been in the works for more than 18 years, thanks to an employee stock option plan. Johnny's assistant marketing director tells NBC 10 this allows more growth. Johnny Huntsman founded Johnny's Pizza House in 1967. Huntsman died in June of 2017 after a battle with Alzheimer's. He was 77 years old.
A meeting open to the public, but at a time when many can't attend.
A look at both sides of the controversy concerning Ashley County's Quorum Court. And it's purchase time. You can save a life and earn a chance at winning a home of your dreams. The St. Jude Dream Home giveaway tickets are officially on sale. Call the number you see on your screen.